Welcome to Deadly Dames, and it is technically Sunday because it's past 1 o'clock in the morning, but this is my update for my Saturday Halloween viewings, so as part of the Halloween challenge. Now, the reason why there's a PS4 game in front of you is because I would have loved to have watched more movies today, but my partner kidnapped the TV and played this game instead, so I didn't get quite as many movies in as I would have liked to, but you got to share when you're in a relationship, I suppose. But yeah, Deadlight actually was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. It felt very much like a platformer game, so a little bit like you were playing Abe's Odyssey. Also, there was a lot of narration through it that kind of reminded me like Batman, and because it's kind of comic book style, it felt kind of like I was playing Sin City. That's the easiest way to describe it. But yeah, actually, it was quite enjoyable to watch. But this game is the reason why I didn't get as much movie time in. But what I did get to watch was, I started my day off with not a horror film, but equally a fantastic Halloween movie, and that was Hocus Pocus. It's actually been a very long time since I watched Hocus Pocus, and I actually forgot how funny this was. The great thing about Hocus Pocus is that any actor could have played the kids, but I don't think this movie would have been as good had you not had those three leads playing the witches. So Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy, if I can never say her name right. We'll just call her Peggy from from King of the Hill, because that's all I ever remember her as. But they're fantastic in this. They're so funny. The lines that they come out with, and especially Bette Midler, the way she talks in it when she's screaming for her book and stuff, just so funny. And a lot of like old memories come flooding back when I watched it. So after Hocus Pocus, I decided to stay on the witch theme. So I watched The Craft. Now, it's absolutely been years since I've seen this movie, and I remember when I put it on, I thought that it was going to feel very dated. I mean, it was made in like 1996, I'm sure it was, and I thought, oh no, this movie's literally going to feel like it's really, really behind the times, but it really didn't. It was actually very good to watch. It didn't feel dated at all. Don't get me wrong, the soundtrack you could tell was a 90s movie, but it was still good. It still fit with the movie, so it was still really good to watch it again. Also, another movie which is perfectly cast. I think the four girls in this, they were really good and really believable. And what I really liked about it was that the movie totally flipped itself in the head. So to start with, you feel that what they do when they realise they've got magic is justified, because like Neve Campbell's character's got burns and she wants to be beautiful on the outside to match the inside, and then Dorothy from Return to Oz, because I can never say the actress's name, and that's all she'll ever be. Look at her, she's still Dorothy from Return to Oz, but you know, she comes from a really broken home and a sort of bad home life, and she just wants to have a good home life. Then the lead, like good witch Rachel, nope, that's the wrong person, Robin Tunney, I think her name is, or Tooney, don't know how to pronounce that, but come on, it's 1 in the morning. She has a guy that basically says he's slept with her and she's crap, and she just wants to, and she's new at the school, so she wants to kind of stop that from happening, stop that from going any further. And then Rachel Chu's character, finally got the right person, she's obviously being bullied by a racist, and what they do to all of these people is actually very justified to start with, but they get power hungry and they take it too far. And the ending to this movie is really, really good. It's still a lot of fun to watch. The two leads facing off against each other. So these two, good face off. Don't know. I need to go to bed. But yeah. The final scene's really great with this. A lot of beasties at the end, a lot of snakes, rats. So if you don't like stuff like that, don't watch this film. But yeah, it was actually a lot of fun watching it again. We then decided to go to the cinema, so we went to see, obviously I don't have the movie itself, so went to see Ouija Origin of Evil. Yeah, it was actually very good. I thought it was going to be a load of crap, because the first Ouija's absolute pants, and I thought this one was going to be the same. I thought it was just going to be a load of crap, but it was actually quite good. Don't get me wrong, it had that thing that a lot of movies do when they don't know how to end it. So they do the theory that I used to do when I did school exams. If I keep writing, if I write about 1,000,000 pages, the right answer's bound to be in there somewhere. Well, that's kind of what a lot of movies do when they don't know how to end the films. So they think, you know what, I'm going to give this movie 8 endings, and one of them's bound to be the one that the audience likes. And that's kind of what Ouija did. It was really good. The ending did kind of let it down because it didn't know how to end it, so it gave it, in my opinion, it tried too hard, too many different endings. But there was a couple of scenes in this that I'm trying my best not to ruin this for anybody who's not been to see it yet. There was a couple of scenes in this that took me by surprise. I didn't expect them. But overall, when I say that, I mean that in a good way. It took me by surprise because I didn't expect. I expected it to be cliche, to do all the things that modern horror movies think people like to see, like jump scares. And there were a couple of jump scares in it, but overall, this movie actually completely took me by surprise, and I really did actually enjoy it. And would say if you're looking for a good sort of, not best horror film, but let's face it, there's not an awful lot at the cinema this Halloween. You're not going to go wrong with Ouija. It is enjoyable. I then came home and watched Night of the Demons once I finally got the TV back from Deadlight. This is Night of the Demons remake. It'd been a while since I've seen this. I love the original Night of the Demons and I've seen it hundreds of times, so I thought, well, let's watch the remake. It's actually not a bad remake. I forgot how awful Edward Furlong looks in this. He looks terrible. I mean, I know the guy's got problems in real life and he's obviously taken one too many drugs, but he looks awful in it. And really, really bad. It's hard to believe that any of the characters in this would have fancied him, but they tried to make it like a number of them did, and I just thought, no way, nobody would. But it's okay. They all turn into demons, so it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, I still actually think this is an okay remake. It's enjoyable. What I do like about this one compared to the original one, and they've both got their good and bad points, is that this one actually attempts to give it a storyline. So to give it a background, a reason why the house is like this, a reason why people are becoming demons. Now, I don't mind movies that don't explain things. That's fine, but I did like that this one, the story kind of made sense, and I quite enjoyed that backstory and how she tricked the demon at the end of it. It's nowhere near as good as the original, but as remakes go, this one's actually not bad. Now, I'm actually halfway through this last movie, so I'm about to, once I've uploaded this video, I'm going to go upstairs and watch the rest of it in bed. So that is Empire of the Ants. Not really sure if you're 100%... Oh, you know what? Screw it. It's got ants killing people. It's a horror film. People die by giant ants, so I'm including it. But yeah, I'm going to go upstairs and watch the rest of it. So far, so good. Really enjoying it. I've got to the bit where, like, you see the ants have eaten all the toxic waste, so I'm not massively through it. There's still a good bit to go, and you're getting to know the characters and know that some of them are right arseholes, so can't wait for them to die. But yeah, that's everything I've watched for my Saturday. Not quite as much as I would have liked to have watched. Deadlight, you bad computer game. But hopefully I'm going to get more squeezed in tomorrow. Got my wee pile there. My partner says I keep adding stuff to the wee pile, but yeah, I've got my little pile there of stuff that I want to watch tomorrow, so hopefully I manage to get through all of them. But on the plus side, I have done more than 31 movies, so I have completed the challenge, so the aim now is just to see how many more I can get in before Halloween ends. So yeah, as always, leave any comments. I love talking about films and horror films in particular. I will get back to you. Other than that, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and take care and enjoy watching more horror films. Thanks.